This is One on One. Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. Welcome to a very special edition of One on One. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce, for the first time on this particular set, Liza Cartmell, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Atlantic City Alliance. Good to see you.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let's update folks. We're in May of 2013, but a lot going on down in AC. First of all, what is the Alliance?
The Alliance is a private not-for-profit that's mission is to market Atlantic City as a tourism destination, but we are privately funded by all 12 casinos in Atlantic City.
We're going to be showing a lot of different visuals, and you're going to help us work through this.
Sure.
First misconception, we had a conversation on the phone a few weeks ago, and you were saying, you know, a lot of people are confused about what's really happening in AC versus further north on the boardwalk post-Sandy.
Yep.
What does the boardwalk look like in Atlantic City, and what doesn't it look like? Let's go to that.
Literally, the day after Sandy, the boardwalk was pristine. It was intact. We could have been open and ready for business. Obviously, some of the residential sections got hammered, like most of the Bay areas, you know, along the whole New Jersey shore. But the business section,
looks fine.
It's perfect. It's great.
Wow, the media sometimes doesn't get it right, huh?
Well, yeah, it's a shock, I know.
Shocking.
Shocking, I know. You know, they just loved that visual of the water crashing on the inlet where there was a section of the boardwalk that had been condemned. And that
a section is the operative word.
And a condemned section that was already slated to be removed was removed by Sandy.
Okay, so post-Sandy. Obviously challenges across the Jersey Shore, but in the AC area, let's describe what's happening. The biggest things that are going on, and again, this program will air for a while, so some of these things will have happened, but it's a year-round situation, so the website will be up. People can go on the website. Let's put the website up as we do this, folks.
Yeah.
People can go on the website. What can they find out?
Well, the whole slate of events in Atlantic City are posted on the website, doatlanticcity.com. So anyone can go on that website, and in fact, there's itinerary planning tools that will help you sort of filter through the hundreds of activities that are available to do in Atlantic City. So if you're coming down with a group of the girls or a group of the guys or with a special person or with your family, we can help sort of navigate through all the different activities. But we have literally hundreds and hundreds of activities going on in Atlantic City that are really exciting.
Let's name some of them. When we were talking the other day, you were saying that the Margarita is the...
Well, Margaritaville is scheduled to open Memorial Day weekend.
Got that.
So we have a lot of new investment in Atlantic City. So the Tropicana, by way of example, is putting 6 new full restaurants in, many of them on the boardwalk, right on the boardwalk, Chicky and Pete, which is more of a Philadelphia favorite, but I think the New Yorkers are going to love it too. Margaritaville, obviously, opening up. Landshark Bar and Grill, 5 o'clock somewhere, you know, is another big attraction that they're adding in. Whole new facade on the boardwalk. So, you know, as you go up and down the boardwalk, there's just an amazing amount of new attractions. Steel Pier is going to be adding 6 new rides.
The Steel Pier.
Steel Pier.
Put that whole Steel Pier thing in context for us.
The roller coaster, fully intact. Fully intact.
Wait a minute, that's not the roller coaster I saw. Oh, that was Seaside Heights.
That's Seaside Heights.
This one never had a problem.
Never had a problem. No, in fact, there was a tent out on the far end of the Steel Pier that was perfectly intact, much less all of the mechanicals. Yeah, we actually went up and looked at the roller coaster that's sitting in the water in Seaside, but obviously most people who aren't as familiar with New Jersey, they think, oh, that's got to be Atlantic City, and the reality was Steel Pier is already open for business, and people are on the rides already.
So you actually need a campaign, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We do. You know, the tourism business is very competitive. You know, other destinations spend $100 million, $40 million, $50 million, $70 million, depending upon if you're talking about Las Vegas, Orlando, Anaheim, you know, all the places that are big tourism attractions. They spend money aggressively. So Atlantic City needed to create a marketing campaign. So the money has been set aside due to the support of the legislature and the governor. The casinos are putting in $30 million a year. And so last year, for the first time, we launched our Do Anything, Do Everything campaign.
So we'll go again and say it again.
Do Anything, Do Everything, Do AC was the way we describe our campaign, because we feel that Atlantic City offers something for everyone, regardless of your price point, the duration of your stay, or your interests. If you want to chill on the beach, or if you just want to stroll the boardwalk, you can do that. If you want to go out to a nightclub and stay up all night and watch the sunrise as it comes up over the boardwalk, still in your heels and your jacket, you can do that too. You can go out to a 5-star restaurant. You know, you can just have funnel cake on the boardwalk. You know, we really feel that we offer it all. That's why we sort of talk about do thrill, do chill. You know, you can enjoy whatever you want.
But there's some of the other events that are really interesting, not just the the locations, but some of the events you were talking about. And again,
Yeah.
we may miss some of them in terms of the fact we may be airing after, but that's okay because the year-round events. Let's talk about some of those really terrific
Yeah,
events.
we've got some great, well, just this past weekend, you know, it was really fabulous, great weather, sunny on the boardwalk. We had 7 tented locations spread along the entire boardwalk. We called it a wine promenade.
A
wine
wine
promenade. We had 150 wines that you could sample, along with pairings with bites that all the casino properties provided to appropriately pair. We had a sun tent, we had a thrill tent, we had a boardwalk game tent, we had a vintage Atlantic City tent, we had a sips and sashes right at Boardwalk Hall to celebrate the return of Miss America. And there were
Is the Miss
literally,
America thing a big deal?
Miss America's a big deal. It's a very big deal. You know, it pulls 6,000 or 7,000 people to Atlantic City right after Labor Day, which is just a great thing in terms of really keeping the summer going. Because quite honestly, in my opinion, the events we have staged in the fall are perhaps some of our better ones because the
Right.
weather is perfect. Everyone who grew up at the shore knows that the water's warm, the air is just lovely. It's a cool breeze, but it's perfectly temperate, and it's usually the sunniest weather we have. So, you know, Miss America bringing people down to see the shore at its best is a great thing for us.
Any
And
other events that you're excited about?
Oh yeah, we have just coming up in June. We've got the World Championship of Sand Sculpting.
Of sand sculpting?
Sand sculpting.
Come on, how many
World
people would really get
Championship.
involved in that?
Oh my God, we've got 24 people coming from all over the world.
The
And these-
world?
From all over the world. These are the best artists in the world who work in sand. We give them plots of 10 by 10 or 20 by 20 square foot on the beach. We have a whole section set aside right by Caesars Pier, and they will be competing. They start June 10th. They won't finish for a couple of weeks. These are massive works of art. They're basically pieces you can stand in front of, and you have to look up at them in some cases. And we will be awarding the prize on the 23rd of June, but we're also going to have the offshore powerboat race going at that time. We're going to have our Armed Forces Parade on the 24th. Of course, we have
Armed
the
Forces Parade.
Armed Forces Parade, where
What
we're
about the air show?
celebrating a tribute to all of our armed forces, marching down the iconic boardwalk on the evening of Monday, the 24th. And then, of course, on the 26th, we have our famous air show.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Famous air show. We're moving it from August. It is totally reshaped this year, obviously impacted by the elimination of all military across the entire country. No military will be performing in air shows. But the Chamber's done a really great job putting together, I think, an even more fun show with commercial air participants that is really terrific. A 3-hour show, free, on the boardwalk. You can stroll the boardwalk while all the aerial stunts are being formed. You can camp out on the beach. So June is really chock-a-block with a lot of great activities. And of course, then we go right into magical 4th of July fireworks spread up and down the whole boardwalk. And it just kind of rolls on from there. You know, September, we've got, you know, world-class beach volleyball tournament that we're bringing.
Is it almost year-round?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is year-round.
Year-round activities. Of
So-
course,
so-
we move more inside, but you know, people realize that the beach is just as much fun to walk in the winter.
It's interesting. This whole, you know, Atlantic City situation, obviously there are challenges the city faces, particularly off the boardwalk area, and those challenges will continue. What are some of the benefits, Liza, to the rest of Atlantic City that are derived from some of the things that you're talking about right now?
Well, the more people we bring, the more jobs we create. It's all about jobs and really growing the economy again. So the more people we can get to come back to Atlantic City, the resources are there, the facilities are there, the ability to entertain is completely built out. So the more people that come, the more employment it will trigger. And the more employment you trigger, the more economic investment you also trigger at the same time.
And before I let you out of here, for people who say, well, I'll go down for the day, you know, I'll hit the casino, in and out, you say?
I said, that's fine.
But
We have day trippers, but we'd love to have you stay overnight because then you have the real Atlantic City experience. You know, you really have an
Experience.
opportunity. It is an experience because, you know, you can come down, as I say, and craft a complete experience for yourself. And that includes the dining, it includes the shopping, because, you know, we have the outlet stores. Most people don't realize we have 100 outlet stores in a place called The Walk. That is just a phenomenal, wonderful experience. It's outdoor. It's more of a strolling sort of European flavor in some ways because it's more of that, you know, sort of explore the sidewalks and just meander through the different stores. And at the same time, you can finish it up with a great show or just go to hear a live band, or you can go dancing, or you can just walk along the boardwalk and enjoy the sights. So again, this whole variety of things that you can kind of pack in. You know, we all have these very stressed lives. So the ability to just get away and have a chance to connect with people that you care about is what we really offer.
Liza Cartmell, President and CEO of Atlantic City Alliance, I want to thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure to be here, and I'm just inviting everybody to come down and do AC.
Got it. You have a great job.
I do. It's fun.
You go to all those parties, don't you?
Of course.
It's your job.
I have to test them out.
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned right back right after this. Somebody has to do it.
Brand standards.
Exactly.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Wells Fargo, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, the New Jersey Education Association, New Jersey Council of County Colleges, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, PSE&G, and by Verizon Communications. Promotional support provided by The Star Ledger and NJ.com, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.